I think a lot of times what we do is we've been taught to judge something by the demonstration. Yeah. Instead of judging something by the Spirit. By the performance, yeah. The more lights, the more glitter, the more gold, and the more glamour, the more we feel somebody's successful. And so we judge by that performance instead of judging by the Spirit. What is God calling and what is God saying, so we can judge something by the Spirit. You know?
And we're seeing this stirring in the church. And Isaiah 43:18 says, "Forget the former things, behold, I'm doing a new thing." And it seems that new thing over the 90s is progressive.
Right.
And it's not just for within the walls of the church. There's a definite call to and I'm feeling this even myself, that to take that anointing, that voice of God, that prophetic unction from the Lord, and take it into the world, in whatever arena you're in, whether it's fashion, the media,
right,
in the workplace.
Right.
So that the church is functioning, being salt in the earth. How do you see that?
Well, we definitely have to take the expression God has put inside of us and release it into the world. We've taken everything and confined it to the walls of the church. We've now got to take this and we've got to take it outside of the walls of the church. I believe that the prophetic psalmists, of which you are in that group or in that tribe, are going to take that prophetic psalmist anointing out of the walls of the church as the salt of the earth and demonstrate it to the world. They'll be dancing in the streets. They'll be worship in the streets. There'll be things that will be taken out into the streets, which I believe is the plan of God for what we need to do in this day. And that's what the trumpet of the prophet is sounding and saying, let's get out of the seat and into the street and let's win this end time generation. Do
I can know him now. Do I, search is over now. There are so many colors, free from the pain. Let's realize the passion in Spain. Sing with me. Everybody's dancing in the street. Sing it out loud. Everybody's dancing in the street. All the nations dancing in the street.
The trumpet of the prophet is sounding and saying, let's get out of the seat and into the street and let's win this end time generation. And the old trumpet is saying, no, let's control everybody we can. Let's keep them in the pews. Let's realize that everybody we got here is another tithe check. And so we can keep our little kingdom going. And you see, the prophetic is coming now and it's disrupting. In fact, the prophetic agitates the atmosphere.
Why don't you explain what you mean by affecting the atmosphere to our viewers?
Okay, we got to realize that around us in this atmosphere there's a spirit world which is more real than the chair we're sitting in today. And people don't realize that out there are angels, there are principalities and powers, wicked spirits, rulers of darkness. When the prophet said, prayed to the Lord and said, Lord, open my servant's eyes so that he might see. When God opened Gehazi's eyes and he had a look, he saw that the city was encamped with angels that were carrying swords of fire with them. And he said, show him they are more with us than they are with them. And so we need to understand that there's an atmosphere here. Now, these spirit beings control people. They even control leaders in churches. They control church organizations in groups. And what the prophetic now does is it comes and it agitates this atmosphere. It starts driving these spirits back. It starts making declarations in the heavenlies that these spirits have got to retreat and submit to the authority that's been given to the apostles and the prophets.
Send down your presence, Lord. Fill this city and this nation with your power and glory. We want more of you, Lord. More and more and more and more. that's you, raise your hands. We're in a doorway, and he's knocking. He's saying, I'm ready. I'm ready. Jesus!
When that happens, there's the stirring in the atmosphere that goes on as the warfare begins to rage. Then, of course, things begin to happen on earth. Churches start falling apart. The people start bailing out. There are all kinds of things going on within the spirit, in the church realm. And pastors don't understand this, so what they do is they start trying to control to keep the thing back together again. Well, you got the atmosphere that's been agitated. You got the pastor trying to control the issue that's against what's been agitated in the atmosphere, and you just have a conflict that's going on all the time between the atmosphere and the natural situation.